Did you guys know that they found a new type of bee that produces milk?
Is it a booby?
They call them boobies.
Oh,
Oh my god.
All right, one more.
You know how in Arizona we have those big dust storms? They're haboobs. When it's plural, they're called haboobies.
You only have boob jokes?
You guys get it? You guys get it?
All right,
Oh my god.
one more joke.
oh, let me tell one.
Okay.
How much does it cost to pierce a pirate ear? A buccaneer.
That's good. I got one. So a pirate walks to a bar, right? And he has a steering wheel.
What?
Fucking Jesus Christ, I already fucked it up.
He's got a steering wheel. What's he doing with the steering wheel?
A pirate walks to a bar, he has a steering wheel down his pants. And the bartender goes, why do you have a steering wheel down your pants? And he goes, 'tis driving me nuts.
Sam, tell us a joke.
I don't have any.
What's invisible and smells like carrots?
A rabbit fart.
A bunny fart.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I was close enough.
All right, well,
I kind of know it, but I forget the punchline.
do one.
Like, I think it's like this guy walks into a bar and sees this pretty girl. He says, "Hey, can I buy you a drink?" And she said, "No, when I drink, my legs feel funny," or something like that. And he's like, "What do you mean?" And she said, "They spread." Or something like that. One of the old people at work told me it, and I was, and it was a lot better when he said it. Don't ever ask me to tell you a joke.
First off, bad joke, but how you presented it was fucking awesome.
Okay, so let's start. This is the insert title here when we fucking figure one out podcast.
What happened to the last title, Medina?
It's taken.
Yeah, we're on the fence.
Seats taken.
But I'm AA Medina. This is...
You could just say your actual name. Sam.
My name's Adrian Medina, but I go by AA Medina.
Excuse me.
Hello, I'm Reuben.
And our guest is Robin Luna. Robin, sum up your life in 5 words or less.
Blah. Boring as fuck.
That's 5 or less, though.
Oh, okay.
All right, Reuben, what are we drinking?
Tonight, we're starting off with a very affordable wine called Cupcake Vineyards Merlot. That's what we're drinking tonight. We are a little Merlot-centric here for the first couple episodes, but you know what? That's my favorite varietal. Boo-hoo. We'll move on to others. Yeah. So Cupcake gets a lot of crap, really, because of how unserious their
crap cakes.
Yeah.
No, because of how unserious their labels are. And everyone thinks they're all foo-foo wines made for, the uneducated.
It looks
whatever.
like a old person's wallpaper.
And I will say, if you're giving me something called cupcake, I want it to taste like fucking cupcakes, not like
It
this
definitely doesn't
fucking
taste like a
garbage.
cupcake.
This doesn't taste like fucking cupcake.
Can I have more real quick?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'm out.
So what I'm trying to say is, Cupcake is an umbrella. Basically, they purchase their grapes from all over the world.
Is it raining?
What?
Where they at?
They're all over.
You
So
said it's an umbrella. So.
So they're Merlot.
Bad joke.
So that is pretty bad. So their Merlot is located in Central Coast, California. However, no matter what you get from them, they pick the best places that showcases the varietal, and Merlot is very prominent in Central Coast, California. So I give them big ups for actually going out of their way to get the grapes from where they're known best. So don't crap on Cupcake. Give them a try, different varietals. I do warn you, though.
It still tastes like red wine to me.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Like, I can't, it just dry.
This tastes like church to me.
Listen. This is a budget bottle, so our listeners
I got a budget bottle in there
can
too,
actually
don't you?
go out and purchase without.
Or they could buy a box of Franzia.
No, no.
36
God
glasses.
Damn it. I swear to God.
Okay,
man.
so friend Bo from Twitter has 2 questions for you at this time.
For me, particularly.
For you particularly. To to sum it up quickly, what kind of wine is best to bring to certain occasions? So, like, say, date, hanging out with friends, picnic, blah, 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 blah.
Well, if you're on a date, you want to impress, don't spend less than $20. You need to have a decent bottle.
I'm not bringing wine to a date anytime soon.
Well, you need a date.
We'll get into that later.
You're aiming to impress because your typical bottle is in the $15 range. So you want to spend at least a little more. So spend $20. You find out, you ask her a couple questions, and the best questions I like to ask.
You like grapes?
No. This is the way you can find out if she likes red wine. And this is how you can find out if you like red wine, if you've never tried red wine. And that is ask them if they like black coffee or unsweetened iced tea or dark chocolates. These are questions
I
of
like
things.
all of those, and I don't really care.
Yeah,
for red wine.
why would
She is a difficult woman, though.
why would those be questions asked? Because I like all those things, and red wine still isn't even like my thing.
All of those things contain something called tannins, which occur naturally in many different plants and beans, like cocoa beans and all that. So when you ask these questions, you find out whether or not they like tannins. And tannins are present in only the skins of red grapes. So what you're trying to aim at is if they don't like any of those questions, if you ask them all these questions, they're like, no. Don't bring them a bottle of red. Instead, keep with white. Or if you ask them if they drink alcohol at all, and they say they hardly do, make sure to look at the alcohol content for a lot of the wines because you'll want to get them something low alcohol.
It also depends on how fucked up you are and your intentions going in.
So Stella Rosa, then.
Stella Rosa, which is a
drinker.
Brachetto, which is about 4.5% alcohol.
Those are for women who think they like wine, but they really don't.
No,
they
it's
just
like
want to be that girl that's like, I drink wine all the time, but it's like 5 or 6%.
Whatever fucking gibberish you just said.
A Brachetto is...
Yes, a Brochetto.
That's like a loaf of bread, right?
No.
That is an Italian bro.
Is that like drinking a fucking wine cooler? You know?
It is carbonated. It is.
So when you're buying it, you need to make sure you tell the person at the register it's for a lady. So you don't look like a big. So you don't look like a big old pussy.
That's literally what I would say. Because they know me at the wine store. They'd be like, "What the fuck is this?" That's like me going and buying a Manischewitz. They'd be like, "Reuben." Oh my God, Manischewitz.
Sorry.
Manischewitz is a very, very, very sweet Concord Jewish wine that is like $2.99 a bottle.
No, why you got to be racist? Why does it have to be a Jewish wine?
You know he's from Germany, right?
That makes it way fucking worse.
Okay, moving on, Medina. What's the topic tonight?
Well, first of all, the second question you got to ask, since Robin is a glass blower, does the shape of the bottle or the glass blowing of the bottle, whatever the wine is stored in, differentiate? So like that, what is that one thing we have in there with the weird shaped bottle called?
Yes, starts with a C. I don't know, it's a rosé.
Oh, the rosé has a weird shaped bottle. If we put that in a normal, like that bottle, that Merlot bottle there, will it change will it age differently?
No.
It will only...
You say no?
No.
You just make the glass. I don't think you...
I make the glass, but the design on the bottle shouldn't affect any sort of taste for anything.
I would say to you...
There's different wine glass shapes for different wines, right? So that makes sense.
There are bigger enemies than the shape of the bottle for how a wine will age. And the biggest enemy is vibration. So if you keep your wine on the top of your refrigerator, you're doing it way wrong. You're going to beat that wine to death, and if it's not vibration that's killing it, it's light. And make sure you're storing your wine on its sides, and heat. Heat will destroy wine as well. So, but the shape of the bottle, no. The different shapes of the bottle, it started off in France. So, I mean, there's really two different types of bottles, and they're called Bordeaux bottles and Rhone bottles, and the only difference being is the Bordeaux bottles are usually more tannic red wines, so it's got this high shoulder. So when you're pouring it, the tannins will catch on the shoulder of it when you're pouring it slowly, so the grit doesn't come out into the glass. Meanwhile, Rhone bottles, you don't really need to worry about that because they don't really have that problem.
Did you fucking bang your knee or something?
I have that big bruise on my knee from
Sam doesn't know how to
stray
walk.
dog.
So that's the long and short of the no. A big ass bottle, small ass bottle, mostly gimmick. Especially the rosés, they want to look fancy and pretty. So the women
and that's the bottle I fucking bought. The bottom of it's fucking literally in the shape of a rose. I'm like that.
See, and what
you just made it that way so you could fucking sell it more.
Oh yes, that is true.
That's all that
women
is.
shop with their eyes. They really do.
And that's how
I shop with my tongue.
That's how glass.
Exactly.
That's how glass blowing works as well. With glass blowing, it's the same concept.
I have a story to tell you later.
When you're making. I don't want to know about later. But when you're making glass, it's 90% of pipes are made for women because women are willing to pay extra for something that looks cute. Meanwhile, a dude walks in and it's like, just give me the cheapest fucking pipe you got.
Dang. So, is that right?
Oh, yeah. That's why fucking glass pipes and shit always look pretty and
but they never stay pretty. The second you smoke out of them,
well, no, because if you fuse it with gold and silver, that's when
it'll start changing colors.
Hence the name chameleon.
It's always just black and nasty from resin.
That's if they don't do the fuming right.
The fuming is, people call it a chameleon pipe, but chameleon is a brand. That's like buying a pair of Reeboks and saying, I have a pair of Nikes. Just because it changes color doesn't mean it's a chameleon pipe. It's a color-changing pipe.
Right. Sorry.
Anyway, so Reuben, you said you had a topic, and we can play off this in many different directions. So do you want to introduce that?
My topic?
Your topic.
Okay. Well, this has been a point of contention for me personally, and that is, what does it mean to be a man?
And now I think it's a touchy subject. We could go in really touchy fucking areas.
Well, we have
that's broad.
No, but because there's many definitions, but we're gonna give our perspectives on it. I want to hear Sam's though.
Yes, agreed.
Sam. The woman outlook of what it takes to be a man.
What it takes to be a man?
Yeah. Definition of
what it means.
What a man is.
Yeah.
He has a dick.
That's it.
See, that's what I would say.
I don't know. What do you mean? As in, like
a man, does he have to be burly? Does he have to be a mechanic? Does he have to fucking take charge? Does he have to do this?
What separates a boy from a man?
Yes,
well,
essentially
obviously
like that.
puberty separates the two.
Okay, let's get out of biology.
Jesus Christ.
The way they carry themselves. What do you look for in a man?
And nowadays, it's completely transformed, and it's really confusing, honestly, because a man can be a man and identify as a paperclip or whatever.
All right, trigger warning for everyone out there.
Sorry,
Sam's about to get sexist.
Personally, in my opinion, as long as you know who you are and you're intelligent and you know your values and you stand strong in them, that's manlyhood for me. In terms of being like strong and things like that are traditionally valued, like in some aspects, yes, like with you in our relationship, I want you to be the strong one.
Have you looked at his thin little
like
bird
the other
legs?
night,
still bigger than
like for example,
if I date someone a foot and a half shorter than me, I can reach high shit.
He can reach all the things.
Just normal size
yes,
shit.
Those are major liability issues for myself.
Because I'm only 5'9".
But for me, things like if the doorbell rings and we're home and it's 2 a.m. and I'm scared, like I don't want to go answer the door.
I am psycho enough though that I do run to the front door in my boxers.
And I'm like,
who's fucking there?
You answer the door. Most times it's just because our roommate left and we didn't know and we locked the door. But still, when you're like barely asleep and the doorbell rings and it's 2 a.m, that'll send your heart
I popped up, dude.
racing.
That happened the other night.
But and like those things are where I want strength, you know what I mean? And I don't know, and if somebody's like picking on me, I want them to be able to at least verbalize that, like, that's not okay.
Hey, you need to step the fuck back.
I don't.
Oh, thank you, sir. What's
muscles
this one?
aren't a thing. Same thing.
All right.
Muscles aren't a thing. Being a hard, sweaty worker all day, I don't give a shit.
But she does like her men hard and sweaty.
Hey.
Do you want your man to be a supporter?
Like financially?
Yes.
No.
No.
Like so I wouldn't have a job?
Huh?
So that I wouldn't have a job?
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
hell
so
no.
you would be Betty Homemaker.
I would have no idea what to do with my fucking self.
And when
if
Sam
I
has
was at
like
home
more than
all
2
day.
days off, she gets really, really, really
I get
agitated and annoying.
anxious.
I think
Oh.
the average person gets like that. Like,
Really? Yeah. I mean, because I need something to do. It's not that I don't have a hobby per se. It's just that like I have a really hard time making time for that.
So Samantha, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
For me as a woman, I financially supportive. Like it'd be nice to have that cushion.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would always still have a job, even if he was like made millions of dollars. I would still need a job because I like to contribute, and I'm not about handouts, and I don't like to feel like somebody owns me either.
so
Because there comes a possession when... What?
How
Where are we going
big
with
does
that?
your man's dick need to be in order to be a man?
That's-
I'll be right back.
I'm asking for a friend,
Give me the
not
ruler.
for me.
I'm not gonna... You're asking for a friend?
Robin, you don't
Which
have a friend
friend?
for me on this one.
He's asking for me.
I'm asking for a friend.
Oh, okay.
This is so weird.
Okay, so speaking of that, Robin, what's your little definition?
Little definition.
My little definition, it has to be at least 12 inches around. Lengthwise,
Like an ice cream.
yeah, like lengthwise, as long as it's 12 inches around, it could be 2 inches long.
Do you have a
As long
lube
as-
to recommend
As
for
long
that?
as you got that width.
Yeah, you fuck like
Girth?
a Lego
You're talking
piece.
about girth?
The
Fucking
girth,
like
the
a
width.
Girth.
You fuck like a Lego piece.
Yeah, fuck like a Lego piece, you know?
Oh my god.
So,
So anyway,
what are your guys'
your
thoughts
guys'
on
definitions
this?
of being a man?
Oh, me? Someone who is self-reliant, but should also look out for others. Can...
But see, can't that be a woman too, though?
I mean,
No.
that's just a general,
No, it
like...
can't. Women aren't self-reliant. They're a bunch of... No, I'm kidding. I'm not even going to finish.
You can't see his facial expression.
Major smartass.
No, but... I don't know. Defining what a man is, that...
Should we just jump into the topic now?
Did your dad ever
Yeah.
tell you, like,
Oh,
specifically,
if you're
like, this is
asking
how
me
a
what
man
my
should
dad
be?
fucking says, my dad would say, never show emotion. Fucking beat the shit out of your fucking kids. Like, yeah, we're not gonna go into what my dad thinks.
well, I guess the only, example I could think of
More,
is,
por
like,
favor.
I've always seen men, like, fathers tell their sons, like, this is how a man should act, and
Well, my
live
dad
his
being from a
life.
third world country, it was don't take shit. If you can't bite, bark until they back away. That's
Yeah.
why I'm a big shit talker all the time.
that's why we have a chihuahua.
Yeah. He also said if you have, he basically, my dad boxed and he was from Mexico City. So, I mean, my dad really didn't have to put up with shit. He was big and he hurt people.
Yeah, that-
he had,
It was
he had,
scary.
yeah, he had a
that's
little
how
easier.
that's how my dad was. Like, my dad did all sorts of martial arts, so it's like no one ever fucked with him. So meanwhile, you got like fucking twiggy ass me.
But generally,
Like,
they tell you how you
don't-
should treat your women,
Oh, my
to
mom.
be respectful.
yeah, always be
Oh.
respectful. If you're walking on the sidewalk, the man should always be along the street.
Yeah.
My parents were divorced for like 10 years,
That-
and my mom called him
So-
after I called her bitch one time, and he drove all the way from Central Phoenix to my mom's house. I got in the car with him, and we drove around in silence in the neighborhood, and he would like move, and I would flinch, and he didn't hit me that time.
Right.
But then he basically dropped me back at home, and he's like, "You don't ever disrespect your mom again." And they've been divorced for a while. And he basically, my mom would say anything, and I'd be like, "Fuck you," like as a teenager, and just like calling her dad. I'm like, "Please don't," because he'll just beat the shit out of me.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like, so,
Well, we also grew up in a different day and age where it was okay to fucking give your children
People
a
weren't as
whooping.
sensitive about it
Yeah.
every fucking day.
I mean,
My dad is
my parents gave me the
completely
fucking
different.
chocolate, my fucking
your dad was in the military, right?
spatula.
He was
Yeah.
23 years in the military as a master sergeant. I mean, like,
Drill sergeant dad.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah. He
my
was
father
macho
wasn't.
man.
Yeah, my father wasn't fucking drill sergeant material, but he was in the military, so we did grow up in that military lifestyle where it's just like, oh fuck.
I grew up in a very traditional, Mexican, old school
German Mexican,
where the woman didn't talk much, the man had a lot to say,
as it should
and he dominated finances, he dominated conversation. If there was a group of people and my dad and my mom were in a place, my dad would be the one talking. My mom would just be the one, just quiet, and just trying to keep a rein on him.
No, that's a hard pass for me.
That's the opposite in our relationship.
No,
Sam does all the talking, and I just kind of stand there.
Oh, I'm actually like 10 times more scared of Sam than I am you, Adrian. Like, I am not even joking.
Most people
now.
are. Most people are.
Like, Adrian, I'll be like, oh, I'll put up with your shit. Sam starts yelling at me. I'm like, oh shit, I really fucked up. He's about to fuck my ass up.
But can I say though?
Sorry, guys.
Can I say though? This is back when my mom and my dad were in their late 20s and early 30s. But now, as my dad is in his 50s and my mom is in her 50s, my mom has a huge voice, and my dad is a lot more quiet. And his new wife, he's the one who's real quiet now. So it's funny how they did a role reversal.
Yeah.
Well, if you date anyone like my mother, you will be the quiet one always.
Yeah. No, it's kind of the same in my family. Like growing up, my father was always
the shirt's coming off,
one.
Yeah.
It's like if you make mom mad, you're answering to dad, and dad's fucking the one fucking whooping your ass and shit. And my mom was always quiet. And now it's like flip-flop where my dad, he gets mad and he just shuts down, doesn't say anything, and my mom's the vocal one. And it's like, and it's even been that way with like watching certain TV shows and whatnot. It's like my parents used to be prude as, my dad would let us watch anything, and my mom was prude as fuck. Now my dad, if someone shows a boobie in a movie, he's like, I'm not watching it. Meanwhile, my mom would be sitting there watching Game of Thrones, watching people fucking shit around us. Just flicking it. This is a fucking good-ass fucking show. Probably flicking the bean later.
Ew. Come on. That's your mother.
Let's talk about this Freudian complex you have.
Yeah.
Shit.
Can we get there, Robin? Are you open?
Just, ask me anything. I'm an open book.
Why are you 32 and a virgin?
To be honest,
we're talking about what it takes to be a man, right?
Yeah,
and I'm not doubting your manliness.
No.
If I'm going to be perfectly
there was
honest,
a fly in my wine.
I will admit that I am pretty much asexual.
What? You're a starfish?
You reproduce with yourself?
I do. I make love to my hand 24/7.
That's not reproducing, though.
Hold on. For the what is asexual? Seriously.
We're all scientists here.
Yeah. As a human being, it means a lot different than being like a cell or an invertebrate that's asexual, where it can reproduce with itself. An asexual person is someone who's just not really interested in.
But you're attracted to women.
I am.
What do you jack off to? Females, right? Or dicks?
I mean, both. You show me a handsome man, I might fucking.
So you're just an unlucky bisexual.
Yeah. Oh, no. I kind of don't even really believe in bisexuality.
I don't.
It's a weird thing.
I don't.
But asexuals, it's like you will have your. For me, anyway, I have my sexual preference. Like it's like I'm not attracted to men at all. I am attracted to women, but I don't care enough, and never have cared enough to actually pursue going on.
Because you've never had sex, though. Because it's like shark tasting blood.
You know what? I'll shove a finger up my ass. I'll go fucking knuckle deep, and I'll be fine with that.
What? That's not how sex works.
I mean, it could. I mean, you can't tell people how sex works. They have their own things they want to do.
Well, generally, that's not how intercourse works. Unless
ladies,
you're getting kinky.
I am still single, by the way. So,
what's the name of this gun?
Weren't you? Didn't you have that friend that offered that you would get blown and they wouldn't have to show your face for like their porn video?
What?
What did you say?
I was offered to be in a porn video one time, and my friend was trying to hook me up with a dominatrix in a porn video, and he's like, she'll jerk you off, she'll give you a blowjob, she'll do this and this, and you don't even have to show your face. I'm like, That's think about it.
Like the best, and it was free?
Yeah, and you're single?
Yeah, it's free. I was like,
excuse me, why didn't you
about
do
it? But the thing is, it's a porn video. And I'm like, I got noticeable tattoos.
No,
lots
hands
of
up. Hands
lots
up.
of my friends watch porn.
Do you have tattoos on your thigh or your stomach?
I have them on my fucking calf.
No,
and
no.
shit.
If it's just right, you'd be like,
Well,
here's
You
the
think
deal.
they would judge you? They'd be like, "Good for you, give me a high
literally-
five.
I literally
you did great
said-
in that porn."
In the sea of porn, we're gonna find that one.
Right.
And in addition,
And-
Robin, I've seen
yeah.
you how many times? I don't know what the hell's on your arms. You know, like I
It's all blur.
Yeah. I said I would think about it, and then like 2 days later, he's like, "You missed your opportunity. You said no." It's like I never said no. I said I'd think about it. You literally
Listen,
that's a
when
yes.
someone-
That's a yes or no
You told
question.
me
If you
like
didn't say
2
yes.
days ago.
If you have to
did I
think
wanna
about
be
it,
on
he's gonna
film?
say you
Fucking-
said no.
You asked me 2 days ago if I want to be on film getting a blowy and old fashioned and shit.
Just-
Just like I don't know. Like,
As a late 20-year-old
spur
that's
of the
never
fucking moment.
had sex, that should just be a yes.
hey,
agree.
Yeah,
Yes.
totally.
like I
What
said-
time? Do I need to shave?
Wait.
Like, those are the questions.
Do I need to shave?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
How do
I
you
mean-
keep your manhood?
Well, I do trim up for personal reasons. There's been a couple of times where the bush has gotten so out of hand I couldn't see myself.
Oh.
And
Do you have a
so-
micro penis?
No, I don't. But things get fucking burly down here. And it gets fucking weird.
Like what is it? Scary Movie 2 or whatever?
It just looks like a little man poking his head out of a fucking bush and shit. It's like it's not a microdome.
I don't need visuals.
I have a huge dick. God damn it.
Sure.
Hey,
I'm
is
sure you
it
do.
for religious purposes? Because I would
No,
respect
absolutely
the heck
not.
out of you.
Absolutely not.
Okay, never mind.
He's like, I don't
What do you
respect
do?
you. It's fine.
Reuben? How do you? What is it? What is it? Man groom? What do they call it?
You're asking about my.
Manscaping.
I was like, what?
That clever.
I'm not.
I'll be honest. Like, I really, really like it when women, you know.
No, you.
I know. It's in conjunction. If I expect something out of a woman, I would expect it out of myself. So I keep myself very.
So you
clean.
suck her dick too.
No, oh my gosh.
You know what I just heard though in like a bunch of
I get
podcasts is that like the bush is back.
No.
What do you guys
no,
think?
No,
Is the bush back?
I don't know.
I
Is it?
I don't like
I don't know.
like it when a woman has
I'm
a
not
bush.
on the
I don't like it
open
when I
market.
have a bush.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's not really comfortable for
from
anybody.
In addition-
from an experienced porn watcher.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
totally.
gosh.
You don't. It's kind of weird just seeing the fucking thing just completely bald. If you got a landing strip or a Hitler mustache on there, you know that's
What?
pretty
That's a
fucking cool. I can get on that.
It's just a little
But
square.
if it's a fucking bush on dudes or women,
It's like a safari mustache.
yeah, that's kind of weird. Same with the dude. I'm not being 100% honest right now. Like, if a dude, again, porn expert here, if a dude's completely fucking shaven, like his balls looks like they were just freshly waxed, like that's kind of a fucking weird thing. Like, have some, like, at least shave like an Abe Lincoln or fucking like
Well, yeah.
Gettysburg
Okay.
mustache and your
Sure,
fucking
sure.
pubes or something.
All the mustaches he's
myself clean.
seeing.
You keep it trimmed.
I keep myself
Don't let
clean,
it get.
100%.
Don't let it get crazy.
Mr. Clean?
Like it's clean and if
I
as,
would hope it's clean.
and well, you know what I mean. Like,
Are you circumcised?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
hang on. I just saw an interview with fucking Patrick Stewart, and he thought he was circumcised for a long time until he saw his doctor like 2 years ago and
What?
realized he wasn't actually
Oh my
circumcised.
goodness. I don't
So-
know this.
Extremely hard to believe.
You're talking about my favorite captain on Star
He was
Trek, so stop it. I
interviewed
don't wanna hear
fucking
about
talking
this.
about this. I swear to God.
And as for just a cleanliness aspect, I don't like dingleberries or anything like that, so that's got to go too. It's all clean that
Wow,
direction
your
as well.
shower routine must be invigorating.
Some people have hairy assholes.
And it's
Yeah.
I don't
Not
personally
some people.
like
Everybody.
naturally
does.
I do, but I don't keep it that way. I keep it all clean.
You shave your
I'll-
butthole?
Yes.
I am so scared about
Oh
shaving
my god!
back
You
there.
shave your butthole.
I do.
I am so scared about shaving.
Dude, I don't even know how to see my own butthole.
Wait,
how do you shape it?
wait.
Ooh.
Are you like standing on your sink, like bent over?
No.
Like,
I don't care about the process.
Like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
I don't care about the process. I care about the fucking deep shadow that comes in like 2 days later, and you're walking around. It's 120 degrees outside, and your butt cheeks are just like 2 pieces of Velcro just going.
I will be honest. Like, maybe that happens.
Does your when you poop, does it come out just in splinters because the
hairs are fucking chopping it up like a fucking apple,
like a cheese grater?
I'm sure there are plenty
like a cheese grating shit.
I'm sure there are plenty of men who are listening to this who also, keep it clean down.
Oh, my butthole is sacred. It does not get touched by toilet.
You want to know how you keep it clean? You wash your fucking ass when you take a fucking shower.
I have a bidet, so
it's like if you
fancy wine bidets.
Unless you're a fucking animal, you wash your ass while you take a shower.
You wash it with the. Wait, hold on. This is a world.
You don't put a washcloth in there because people use the washcloth to use their body. You don't fucking You just spread the cheeks.
That's how you get pink eye.
Yeah, you just spread the cheek, let some water trickle down, throw some fucking soap in there.
But what if it's caked on there and you gotta like...
What? Then wipe better.
Yeah, you're not wiping good enough. If you got some...
These are hypothetical questions, people.
You're not wiping good enough. If it's fucking... If the water's turning rust colored, you're not wiping
We have a
good
detachable
enough.
shower head too, so that shouldn't be an issue.
Question.
At all.
Another question for everybody. Do you wipe sitting down or standing up?
Who the fuck wipes standing up?
A lot of people.
That's kind of weird.
A lot of people do. I don't. I sit down and wipe. Do you stand up and wipe? Reuben stands up and wipes.
I do a lean and wipe.
Oh, that's sitting down though. You don't stand all the way up.
I do a lean and wipe.
So you shave your asshole and you stand and wipe.
I don't think I've ever.
He has a bidet.
Up.
He doesn't even have to wipe.
I pat dry.
Yeah.
I stand up and I pat dry.
He's got a nice faucet cleaning his asshole.
Exactly.
It was like a $25 attachment. You can just attach.
That's not a real bidet then.
Wait, you can buy tactical attachments for your toilet?
Yes, you can buy a bidet attachment to your toilet.
I just don't want water squirting
It's
there.
clean. It's like when you wash a car, you use water. It's as simple as that. It keeps it clean.
Sure.
I feel like I've said that like 7
It keeps it clean, goddammit! Lay off my back, guys! God!
Gosh.
I have a clean butthole.
I'll be right back.
Okay,
He's gonna go
We're gonna talk
potty.
shit about
Let's
wine,
talk shit
please.
about
So how old did he say he was a virgin?
32.
32. Fuck.
You're
When
whispering.
did you lose your virginity, Medina?
16.
Samantha?
Oh, I'm not gonna say.
Why?
Because what if my parents listen to this? That's weird.
Like your dad, the most abrasive person ever.
I don't want to. Well, they're okay. Well, they're never allowed to listen to this.
Okay.
I think 16.
16?
Or 17.
That's the average age, though.
16,
16, 17 is the average age.
But it was like a super like stereotypical out of like a movie thing. Like
I lost mine in
like,
front of 6 different friends.
I went to like sophomore prom and like
Lucky bastard.
No, it was bad.
yeah, yours was his was nasty.
It sounds like a dream to me.
I was like, wow, I am just now hearing about this like a year after dating you. Like,
Late bro.
I'm glad you don't have any STDs.
It wasn't an orgy, just everyone. Okay.
It was like in a wash.
No,
Like,
it wasn't. No. Not when I lost my virginity.
It was.
that's what you told me.
No.
Under the bridge.
I've had sex under the bridge before, but that wasn't when I lost my virginity. I was virginity. I was dating a girl. She was fucking insane. She had a birthday party. She had a keg of Still Reserve, and I was 16.
Who gets a keg of Still Reserve?
Punk fucking rock is what you do.
Gross,
so I'm drinking
$10.
it. There's friends there without naming the exact friends. They're all in couples, right?
Yes.
So blah, and then me and her, and it was her house, right? So, and she's like 3 years older than me, so 19 or whatever. I think she lived with her
Jesus
parents, but she had like a
Christ.
guest house or whatever like that. Don't say anything, Robin. I'm talking about my virginity. And you know exactly who was there. I've told you this story before. And anyway, she took me on the bed. My pants are so tight because I was punk as fuck.
Did you have to cut them off?
No, they just went down to my knees. And I was drunk as shit. I essentially was like just dead, and it happened.
Oh, so you
But
got raped.
everybody, no, I wasn't raped. I was willing. I just couldn't move. I was so drunk. But everyone else was on the floor doing their own thing. So it was like a room, and it was dark.
my God.
Well, it smelled like
oh,
what's that?
God,
What's that
I don't
musky
even
shit?
want it.
No. Well, that
Like mothballs?
no. It smelled like butt,
Goodwill.
dick, pussy, cigarettes,
It's
Still Reserve, and
Badookie.
what's that oil?
Cocoa butter.
Not cocoa butter.
Patchouli.
Patchouli.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was butt, dick,
fucking
pussy, cigarettes,
disgusting.
beer, and patchouli is what that room smelled
I would
like.
have been vomiting.
So you got fucked by a hippie named Whitney, and
Me? No. Started with an R.
Oh,
Crazy
that
R.
one.
I've
That
never
one.
had a thing with
Okay.
a Whitney ever.
All right.
So they do
So
the call.
I know now. The crazy one who threw bricks through people's windows
and burnt a house down.
Wait a minute.
Yes, and burnt a house down.
Yes.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Are you kidding me? I lost my virginity before all you guys? Like, I lost my virginity at 14.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Guess
what
you
was the
did.
name of the priest?
Yes.
Father Demon
Oh,
Side
yes. That was a good joke.
Did Father
That was a good
McKee
joke.
touch you inappropriately?
But I will tell you this, though. After having sex with her, I didn't have sex till I was 19 after her. And that's because she scarred the shit out of
Like
me.
literally scarred you?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Aw.
well, damn, good for you. You started tough and
He's like, that's why I have to shave my butthole.
yeah, I know. it's some weird psychological.
After I had sex with her.
Sam, that was good. That was good.
Anyway, after I had sex with her, the next day she didn't show up for school. And
Did she kill herself?
the next day she didn't show up for school. And she lived like 5 houses down from me, and she was adopted. So I went to her house the second day she didn't show up for school, and her foster parents answered, and they said, "Oh, yeah, she doesn't live with us anymore. She went back to her aunt because she attempted suicide."
Did
Okay,
she
well, way to
succeed
make
in
me
it?
feel real bad about my joke.
No, why'd you bring it all dark and shit?
Ooh.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it's
seriously.
honest.
It
I
is.
guess.
Well, actually, here's the thing I want to ask you, Sam, with how things are going nowadays, with everything essentially being rape.
What? You
Is
said that
it-
very
well,
casually.
Is it? Do you consider it rape if you have sex with someone and regret the next day, or are they just a bad fuck?
No, that's not rape.
Listen, you guys don't even know why she attempted to commit
Yes.
suicide.
Because you were the
Continue.
best ever and she couldn't find anyone ever better.
No.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
That's
you
because-
are just slinging that dick.
It's
Oh my
because,
Just shooting that rope everywhere.
it's because when she was 10 years old, she was taken advantage of by a
Oh,
relative.
all
and
right.
it brought back
All right,
memories.
yeah, well, why are you
And it
making
brought
it
back
dark?
memories.
Where-
We're talking about our first
Did
experience.
you have your fucking Chomo mustache when you were 14?
Jesus.
Huh?
Did you have your
Christ.
Chomo mustache when you were 14?
It looked like you could get a hot wet rag and wipe my mustache. Yes, it was.
Ruben, we were having fun, and
Hey,
you
what is he
brought
supposed
this
to
up.
lie?
I'm sorry,
on.
but goddamn, I feel fucking sad
Yeah, and then
now.
what was
I
it?
know, I made the worst joke
Last
ever.
episode, I said something like, and then and then she got addicted to, or she went to rehab, and I was like, she did drugs. Like, no, she like fucking couldn't walk, and her legs were broken. I was like, piece of shit all of a sudden. Like,
Ruben,
I'm making these
fucking
just
down.
make fun of that handicapped person,
It's
and then
like
drops it.
Ruben the white Somalia and fucking
What am I selling diamonds?
Stealing boats. I'm the captain now.
They're
I was
fucking
saying-
just bringing everyone
I was saying-
fucking down. Holy
Listen,
shit.
I just thought like I couldn't have sex because I thought like I had the suicide dick. That's what I thought. I thought if I had
That's the name of this episode, Suicide Dick.
I thought if I had sex again.
Ruben and the suicide
Yeah.
dick.
That's a man name.
Were you like the
right
opposite
Oh,
of Good
my
Luck
God.
Chuck or what?
Bad luck fuck.
Yeah, seriously.
there. Oh my god.
Bad luck fuck,
Anyway,
the true story.
Once I got
That's a better title.
older, life was much better after I got out of that. The shadow of the
I
boulder.
would really hope so. Jesus fucking Lord.
So, I mean, but if I can get through that, Robin, why can't you get through something, man?
No, I mean, I've gotten like
He's like, I've
all
got through my
together,
whole hand.
out
like,
of
plenty of
all of them, I've probably gotten like 3.5 handies.
But have you
from
ever-
married
half.
women?
But have you ever?
I say 3.5 because no one's ever finished.
I was gonna say you've never finished. You've
You
never
don't ever finish with a hand job. You don't.
Well, still,
A hand job's just like
Oh.
foreplay. Oh, I'm.
If it's done right, I'll
There
finish
has to be
myself
lube.
off in like 6 fucking
Oh my
seconds.
God.
But
Talking about masturbating.
There has to be lube.
this is why, because he's never ejaculated with someone else touching him.
Listen.
He's never experienced that.
Can I go back to Samantha's
Sorry.
initial reaction of men not being able to come while you're giving your man a hand job? You can.
I just think it's boring. Like,
You wanna
I've
know
never
why-
given
you
a
wanna know
complete hand job in
why
my
no
life
one
because
ever
it's
does?
boring.
Because chicks suck at it. If a
No.
dude gave me a hand job, I'd probably be
Oh my God.
"Ugh," within like 10 seconds.
So,
It's like chicks
all
eat.
right.
It's like
it's
chicks,
all making sense to
It's
me
like
now,
chicks eating pussy. They know what to do.
Robin. No, I would have no
You know?
idea what to do. I'd
No,
be like, so,
Medina. What's the best hand job
Nah.
you ever received?
For myself.
Really?
Yeah,
no,
bass player.
I mean, from a woman. From a woman.
I don't
I
think
don't
that's
even
a
know.
question
You
you
don't
should
even know?
ask him when his wife's sitting next to him.
But I
Because
don't
Oh,
even
that
know.
is
He's
the
going
perfect
to
question to ask.
be
I know. I can
forced
answer.
Okay, you answer.
Well,
them.
Sam,
Samantha. What? Oh, from Samantha.
Oh,
we've been
you
together
guys
for
are
fucking
so
10 years.
dumb.
All right.
My
You
memory
guys
doesn't
are
go back
so
any
Adrian,
further.
dumb.
all right, Adrian.
Oh
Sam
my
is
God.
not your wife right now. You're not in any sort
speaking
of
of
relationship.
Speaking of, Sam's not my wife. You guys are on a date, and let's coach Robin
Oh,
on what
see,
to do.
he just pussyfooted around that question.
Hey, girl, you
Oh.
want some dick pics?
Okay, no, be serious.
That's what you do on a date?
Be serious, okay?
The last date I was on, I was like 15. I'm fucking
Oh my
32.
Gosh.
Okay, so we're gonna.
I'm very sorry.
This is for the podcast, right? It's not the truth.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
No. Wait, is that the serious truth?
Yeah, I was. Well,
You haven't taken anybody out on a date
I
since you were
was.
15?
No, I was 17. All right.
That's not any better.
No, I'm gonna feel like a real piece of shit right now.
Mm.
But I will be honest. I was 17 and she was 13. That's the only date I ever been on. She asked me if I wanted to have sex.
Within
She was a
range.
freshman and you were like a junior.
Hey,
Yeah.
That's within range.
She asked me if I wanted to have sex, and I said no. And
Well, good for you.
Everyone has given me shit. Ever
I know
since
exactly
about
who
fucking
she is, and she's a model
She
now.
was 13.
She's a
Yeah.
model
Yeah,
now.
I was
And
17.
But still,
she's
13.
she's a model now.
Okay, good for her.
So,
They were
but
both
I.
kids. What are you gonna do?
But to be fair, we have a friend that we all know, and I'm not saying the name, that actually dated and did stuff
Yes.
with her for like 6 months.
Who's older
straight.
than I am?
No, he's not. He's
Oh.
younger than me.
Oh well, I know.
Oh, well, I know that one too. Okay, we're gonna
I
stop
know a
now.
person who was.
This was
older than
this
I
was
am.
over 10 years ago.
Yeah, no, well,
Oh, I know both of
way
those.
over 10
But
years
anyway,
ago.
that's not relevant.
This is like 20 years ago.
It's not relevant if nobody knows who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's really been that long since you've even been on a date? Okay, so
Yeah.
let's role play here. Medina,
On
the
an
role
actual date.
Okay, Sam is your
Oh, we're on
female
a date.
counterpart. Just pretend like you guys just met on Tinder or whatever, fucking Christian Mingle
Oh,
or whatever. You guys just sat down blind. Okay, listen, I'm setting up the. Let me set the scene.
Sorry, set the scene.
Set the scene.
Is there
You
dim
go-
lighting?
Yes, there's dim lighting.
Fuck yes.
You're
Is
at like
there
a,
wine?
Yes,
Obviously.
There's wine or
Yeah,
beer. Oh, we're gonna do wine. We're gonna do wine.
Yeah, we got wine.
You're at the
anyway, so-
fucking Olive Garden in that corner booth.
Oh, we got fancy. We went to Olive
Oh,
Garden.
first off, I won't be taking no bitches to Olive Garden.
Okay.
That's fucking a poor man's.
Where would you take them? Where they serve wine? That's
I
you
would
said
go.
that.
Sam, I'd take you to Papa Do's.
Ooh.
Papa Do's, okay.
Give me
Ooh.
some alligator? Shit.
Oh fuck yeah,
Okay.
we eating some fried alligator tonight.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys don't know each other. Blind date, right? You get the booth. Wine's going. You guys sit down. What is the first fucking thing? How do you greet each other? You guys don't know each other.
Stand up.
Yeah, stand up.
Stand up.
No, I don't want to stand up.
Okay, pretend you're standing.
Okay, we're sitting
All right,
here. We just got seated.
Yeah, just
Let me sit next to your wife.
Oh, right here.
I want to feel her
Wow, okay.
If we're doing this, we're doing this right.
Medina. Shh. We're spectators.
yes.
Spectators.
If when we say pause, and Reuben and I get a dictate, okay? And then we'll say resume. That's how we're gonna do it.
This-
God damn it, I'm gonna be so
this
fucking
one's-
terrible at this
Hey,
shit.
why are you talking to yourself?
Oh, I always talk to myself.
Hey, it's okay. This wine's really good.
Yeah, it tastes like fucking rotten assholes.
Rotten assholes?
Pause.
What the fuck, Robin?
Be positive.
Jesus Christ, man.
That's the first thing you would say to me?
She just said she liked it.
And you're like, no, it tastes like rotten butthole. Okay, resume.
This is
Resume.
this is my favorite wine. Really? Do you want to take another sip?
Well, you got terrible fucking taste.
Okay. You're be serious.
He's taking the piss.
Wow.
Right now. He's taking the
I'm
piss.
taking a piss. I'm taking a piss.
Okay,
I'm
resume.
In your pants?
Resume.
Resume.
Oh.
Rewind and resume.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, rewind. Scratch that,
So,
reverse
this
it.
wine's really good.
Yeah, it ain't so bad.
Okay.
I have a stutter.
That's okay. That's okay. So, what do you do for a living? I read you blew glass. Is that fun?
Oh, I'm a glass blower, all right.
Do you have to blow really hard, though?
Ooh, the hardest.
So you have, like, big lung capacity then, huh?
Oh, fuck. The biggest.
Okay, why are you whispering?
I'm trying to be...
We're on
Pause. Samantha, are you really that
Are you just trying to get him to fuck you right now?
Yeah.
You know, on the first date, you're like, oh, so you got blow hard.
I was playing, like...
I don't know. Were
I
you
don't-
like this when we first
I don't think you have to actually blow.
Were you throwing all those signs at me that I didn't pick up?
Samantha, you
Oh, so
No.
you play bass. Your fingers move really fast.
I never said that.
You know how to play clit
Sorry,
real
I
fucking
don't
good.
know how it is to date, and I don't know what blowing glass is, and I don't know if you actually have to blow into the glass.
She's so confronting. He just says one thing, she's like, really now? What the fuck? What is she, an FBI investigator?
Sorry, okay.
Switch actors.
My
Actors.
gosh.
Reuben, you're the girl.
Oh.
Ooh.
You've been on a date today. You were on a date today.
All right.
So he knows. Okay.
Yeah, you
1,
know
2,
better than I do.
3,
Fuck.
go. Just sat down.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going, beautiful?
It's going good. So what do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm a self-employed glassblower.
Oh, okay. So what's your living situation like?
Can I pause? Can I pause? Because,
This is legit what women
and that's why,
He's like, I live
because
with
bitch,
my
I'm
parents.
broke as fuck. So
Like I said, I'm
let's just
self-employed.
let's just end
You
this
could
thing
just
right
answer.
fucking now.
You could just answer
Okay.
with that. Like I said, I'm self-employed.
I'm
So
self-employed.
use your imagination.
Well, bye.
I gotta go.
All right, I'm out of here.
Hold on, for real, answer the fucking question.
All right, resume.
This is a date.
All right, yeah,
I
resume.
just
She might
asked
be
you.
into it.
We're going into the darkness of the day.
All right, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't make a whole lot of money, but so I'm at my parents' at the moment.
Okay. How
But-
old are you again?
Oh, you're just throwing me all sorts of fucking booby traps, aren't you?
I was just asking. You can be honest. It's okay.
I'm 32 years old. I am at my parents' house for the moment because glass blowing. No one's a rich glass blower, so it's a tough situation.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That's a legitimate question.
That I can't get jobs because of this fucking shit.
If you had it all your way.
Well, in 5 years, I would like to have my own place and set up shop in my garage and be making enough money to take care of all the bills and work out of my garage. That's all I can really say about that in 5 years. So,
Come on, pause. Dude, where's your and you? You gotta say and you? What are you talking only about yourself? You gotta say and you. You gotta be interested in
I only know about my fucking
I want to see
stuff.
what Reuben's character has to say about it.
Fine.
Damn.
Resume.
How about yourself?
Well, I'm a teacher. I work Monday through Friday. I wake up very early, and my kids are my life. Like, my weekends usually consist.
Pause. I'm sorry. Fucking Adrian, stop fucking laughing into your shit. We're trying to take this seriously, and you're fucking throwing me off.
All right. Teacher, she has kids. How many kids does she have?
Is your son's
Robin?
name Aiden?
All right. Resume. You said you have kids?
Yes, my students.
Oh, do you have any? As I would call them, a family starter pack. Do you have any kids of your own?
Don't call it that.
Family stuff. Pause. What the fuck?
It's a family starter pack. If a chick has kids or dating, it's a family starter pack.
Resume.
Resume.
I have three kids, and they're my fur babies. I have 2 Rottweilers, and I have 1 pit bull.
Can I date you? I love dogs.
I love me some dogs, but I'm more of a cat person.
Oh, so do you have any cats?
I have 1 cat, and I also have 2 dogs. I just like small animals better than big ones.
Do your parents have pets as well?
Yes, they do.
Those are the pets.
Those are the pets.
Oh.
I consider them mine because I've had them since high school.
I see. Do you have a car?
I do have a car.
I see. Okay.
You want to see the back seat?
Not really.
Yeah. All right.
It's a little early.
Haven't had enough wine.
It is good wine, though.
I like my date better.
I'm trying to, like me as a woman. Pause. And me as a woman, like, I don't know, like, if I'm the female version of myself, right? I wouldn't think any less of Robin for being honest. I think. Hold on, resume. I have to get back in character. Resume.
All right.
Wow.
And scene.
And
Go.
Scene. Go.
So you're with your parents. How long have you been with your parents? And is this a temporary thing for you?
I would like to think it's temporary, but with my work situation, who knows how long it could be. Like I said, with my business, it's a stop and go type thing. So
have you always been a blower?
yeah, that's a weird way to put it, but
A glass blower.
But
sorry. I just had a pee. Who is this? I thought we were on a date.
Apparently I'm on 2 dates right
Pause!
now.
Pause!
Who is this?
Archie. It's Betty and Veronica over here.
I went pee. What the hell?
Oh my god, am I on
Do you work here?
Oh,
Sorry.
shit,
I'm
am I
sorry.
on
Do you
2
work here?
dates?
Are you serving the wine?
Don't you have a convention that goes with Star Wars?
Sorry, I have a UTI, so my piss is just burning. Like, that's why it took so long. Excuse me, I'll have another, though.
Wait, is
Another one
this
of
role
these.
playing me on 2 different dates?
Yeah.
Because, my god, I am super fucked now.
Hey, sugar.
Oh,
Who
great.
is that?
Never called me back last night.
That's his cousin Liz.
It's kind of cute. I thought
I don't like when people call me Leo. I'd rather have Nard Nard.
What are you doing later? Do you want to hang out?
How many days am I on?
Sorry, what was your name? Jessica?
Cynthia, actually.
Cynthia. Can we get another round?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, make sure it's a little bit colder than the last one.
Yeah, bring me one for me and my bitch, please.
Oh.
What I tell you about calling a bitch?
Yeah, seriously. That's not very nice.
You know what? In all seriousness, let's stop.
What the
Don't pause.
I'm so confused.
We're stopping this.
I thought I was switching role-playing partners and then 5 other people showed up.
You know what? Stop this fucking roleplay right now because honestly, if you guys had met on like some app, all this shit would have been already said via text.
Yeah.
Yes,
When you met in
exactly.
person, and when you met in person, that's already a contractual agreement that I'm okay with you living with your parents, and you being a glass blower with low money, etc., etc., etc. So
What about micro penis?
now that's a fucking.
I never said I had a micro dong. If you're asking me
You
about my
can't call it
dong,
a dong if it's micro. That's like saying
what is
giant
average
small.
penis size anyway?
oh, for me it's 12 around,
Oh my
12 long.
Samantha, did you wash this out with water?
What?
Okay, I'm just
I
gonna
didn't
pour
want
you.
remnants of
What are we
the
supposed
red
to?
wine
What are we supposed
in
to wash it
there.
out with if we're getting new wine?
Yeah.
What you do is you pour just a touch of the new wine in the glass, and you swirl it,
And then
and you can either toss it or drink it, and that's called seasoning the glass.
Okay, hold on. Let me finish this.
My bad.
Yeah, I don't feel safe
We're doing the
swirling the
rosé
wine.
now.
Well, while we report
Ooh,
it,
this is
give us a very quick
the
overview.
date
of
bottle
this.
of wine I
Good.
bought.
It's good.
All right, hang on. Let me
Ooh.
fucking pound this
Just
real
a quick overview.
It's
This
really
one-
good.
This is
I've had that one before. Oh, he's going to have something negative to say about it.
That I went to Bevmo, and that's what he recommended me because I don't know anything about wine.
actually
So
Samantha. Was this your pick or whose pick was
His
this?
this is
pick.
mine.
This is actually a very decent bottle, actually. This is Gerard Bertrand's Côte des Rosés. And this one is from Languedoc, France. And this is a Grenache, Syrah, and Cinsault rosé.
Whatever the fuck that means.
Normally the rosés out of France are GSMs or Grenache, Syrah, and Mourvedre.
What's GSM mean?
GSM means Grenache.
General store manager.
No!
Usually,
It means
yeah.
Grenache, which is a light red, Syrah, which is a dark red, and Mourvedre, which is like usually a really dark red.
It looks like dirty fish tank water.
But
Pink? It's pink.
But the reason
rosé.
why these three reds are making
It's a
it
blush.
pink is because during the winemaking process, when they squashed the grapes, they did not age it with its skins. So that when they did squish them, a little bit of the red coloring gets into the wine, but not all of it because
So
they just collect the juice.
They
It's a
skin
different
the
process.
grapes.
Basically.
That's
But
a very
they-
tedious process.
It is a
I'm
very
assuming.
tedious process, but you know what? It's definitely.
I'm sure there's
worth
a
it.
how it's made
No-
out there where they just do it through the machine.
I don't know. How it's
Rosés-
made in Canada. I don't think Canadians have that many like wine vineyards.
Rosés
Do
are.
Canadians know anything?
Yes, actually, Canadians make some really awesome white wine. They really do, but it's very sweet because it gets so damn cold in Canada. So they make this stuff called ice wine, and it's amazing.
Ooh, I want that.
All right,
That sounds good. It's 120 degrees outside. I want ice wine.
Mm-hmm.
And that will lead me to my next question, Mr. Wine Sommelier over here.
Fuck.
Why do you censor your curse words in private chat? But you're saying fucking shit right now.
Yeah,
I have to ask
the people
you that.
have to know.
Why do I?
He's all, S.
Asterisk, yeah. I'm like,
It's just a
say
stamina.
Type shit. Because he puts way more asterisks in the actual word. Like, I'm like, what the
What does S and A asterisk mean?
Does the weather affect how like the wine is made? Like if you're harvesting the grapes in winter, I don't know how wine's made, but if you're harvesting grapes during the winter, will that affect how the wine tastes?
Or she falls off.
Yes, most definitely. In fact, grapes actually can be harvested multiple times a year, but you never do that. You actually prune the grapes as they're coming in, and you only get one harvest. Okay, so if it's very hot or very cold, it's gonna be able to harvest once. So it'll fruit once, and that's when you're gonna want to actually pick it. So it's not about whether it's too hot or too cold. You want to harvest it when it's harvestable, and depending on what portion of the world you're in America, for instance, it's usually around early summer, so like July, August. It's for the really hot places, and a little bit later for the colder places.
So
like Oregon.
so kind of like late spring, early summer.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So the hotter and colder, it depends on when the grapes are ripe. And so when you're in a really cold climate like Canada, they actually do a certain process, and they do this in France, or not France, Germany, excuse me, as well.
Yeah,
and
it's from Germany.
It's at the very first frost when the grapes start to freeze, just barely. They send the whole crew. They wake them up at 3 a.m. or whatever, and they get the whole crew out there and pick the grapes immediately as soon as they freeze. And that's where hence it gets the name ice wine. And it's a very meticulous process. And
Sounds delicious.
it is amazing.
All right.
Should we do an ice wine for next?
Yes.
But
Yeah.
do keep in mind, like, I can't afford this alone. Ice wine is quite pricey.
Well,
much is
listen,
it?
we all chip in.
Well, how much is ice wine? Because we drink a lot of wine. We have like 5 bottles.
We can get one bottle.
Do
of
keep
the
in mind,
wine.
ice wine is usually served in a 350 milliliter bottle. So it's half the size of a normal bottle,
Ooh.
and it's usually twice the amount.
And you know what they
twice
did
the cost.
is they also I know
Yeah.
in Canada they don't sell large drinks at McDonald's anymore.
So, like,
It's a deal breaker
and
for
they only
Adrian.
sell 6 inches at Subway.
they do make 750.
I'm all about that American gluttony, okay?
They do make 750s of ice wine, but they're just a little more pricey. But you can get them cheaper in Canada than you can get
Okay,
them
listen,
in
how much
Germany.
is it for a bottle? American exchange.
American money, not your fucking Canadian euro.
Your loonies.
Your loonies and Your fucking European euro fucking bullshit.
How much?
American
probably
dollars.
Get a cheaper one at $30.
Jesus fucking
That's not bad for a bottle.
For a half a bottle?
For a $3.50.
Hey, you know
Oh,
what?
for-
If 3 people pitch in, it's not that bad.
Yeah,
it's not
that
if
bad.
we'll pitch in.
But for a decent bottle, it's about $50 at the bare minimum.
Now
It's a
what?
German bottle.
Now
I have to know.
So we're gonna run a GoFundMe for this podcast.
Yes. So,
All right. So
Give us wine.
when buying iced wine, is that something you can find at places like Bevmo or Total Wine? And shit?
Yes, you
Like,
most certainly could.
in the freezer?
No,
Oh.
it's on the
Iced
shelf
wine.
and anything. It's not called iced wine. It's called ice wine.
Should you drink it cold or room temperature?
This one you would drink cold.
I would hope so. It's called ice
Then why
wine.
do they put it in the fridge? So it's cold when you buy it. The fuck, Bevmo?
It's actually got a very thick and full-bodied texture to it, so it's going to be like almost viscous, and it will have a flavor of like honey. So it's very sweet.
Ooh.
It's
Like
very
meaty? Like meat?
Oh,
Almost.
don't bring
Like
up
a cold
meat
meat.
around me. I just drank an
All right.
entire.
sweet. Yes.
Well,
killed
okay.
a bottle of
We're
meat.
going to drink like 8 more glasses of wine, and we'll be right back for our the last third, the conclusion of the podcast.
The conclusion. Does he lose his virginity in the end?
Ruben has to poop,
Probably
and we
not.
have to smoke. So
I actually do have to
be
poop.
right
Yeah, see?
back.
Because you can taste like the fruity characteristics of a wine on the tip of your tongue, and that's how you can tell if a wine is sweet or not.
But look how metal that cover is, though.
Bro,
It's a guy jousting, and the guy's getting stabbed.
the reason why this loses points already,
It loses points.
it does, and that's because it says California on the front label. If it just says California, the more vague it is on the front, the worse the wine. It's got to be specific as fuck. The more specific, if for instance, if this said right here, Healdsburg, California, that means the grapes have to be from Healdsburg.
So those are
this-
just grapes from anywhere in California.
anywhere in fucking California. I mean, why? How much wine comes from California? This could be from the shittiest portion of California. The budget, like the same Peter Vella, fucking France.
Well, I paid $11.99 for this shit. It's called
Probably for the
Ravage.
label.
The label looks sweet. I mean, okay,
You got it.
I'm in publishing and books and stuff like that, right? And they say don't judge a book by its cover. Fuck that shit. You don't buy a book with a shitty cover.
It's true.
Because you want to see that the author put money and thought into the fucking thing that's going to represent the fucking words inside.
And I'm not saying
That's why I haven't bought your book.
Oh, fuck off. I made that cover.
And I'm not saying a wine has to look like shit on the cover, right? There can be an awesome label.
It's
I'm just
black
telling
metal
you,
as fuck, though.
If you
Look
learn
at that
nothing else,
wine.
Medina, if
Okay.
you learn nothing else from me tonight, the more vague,
I haven't learned anything yet.
the more vague it is on the front. If it just says California, if Lord help me, if it says USA on the front, the grapes can literally be from anywhere
Like
in the
Franzia.
United States. Yes,
It says no Gallus.
Fuck, no.
Just kidding.
Oh, where the fuck is Nogales?
Southern Arizona. You're from Arizona. It's like a
doesn't
border
mean I
town.
know all of Arizona.
right,
I
I'm
know
gonna season this
Phoenix,
shit.
Mesa,
Swirl
and
it.
Tempe. Fucking.
All the way, Medina. Put it on the ground. Put it on the.
What? Remember last time I swirled my fucking glass?
Well, you have.
It was
better
the intro
control.
of the last podcast. I fucking dropped it.
So
Okay.
what does the swirling do?
The swirling aerates the wine in your glass, so it makes it have more nuances, become more.
Ooh. I actually like that. Watch, okay. Reuben, are you going to try some of this shit?
No.
I will. I'm just almost done with the first wine we had.
Because I don't want any more of that rosé bullshit.
What the fuck? It's delicious. You guys are
No,
crazy.
Look at this shit.
That
This shit
rosé
is like
amazing.
This is
It
going to
is
make
good.
my face
You mind
turn
if I try
purple.
yours?
Look how purple that
yeah,
shit is.
try it.
Hey, I need some more wine over here,
What
guys.
kind? Oh, he's just gonna.
Got to season it first.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Swirl that.
gonna swirl.
No, like a real fucking person.
What do you do? You're shaking.
You're just
it.
shaking it like Tourette's. Not
There
Tourette's.
You, oh.
What is it? What does Michael J. Fox have?
Parkinson's.
Parkinson's. Yeah, you're just like shake.
Ooh, that's delicious. I
It
can
is
smell
good.
like.
It's really good. I like it.
I can get like.
I got
He's
a
talking
bottle
about
of
the
this
rosé,
as a
not the
gift
black
for
metal
my.
wine.
I got a bottle.
Yeah,
of,
some
Taste that. It has vanilla and mocha in it.
I got a
and
bottle
dark
of this
berry.
rosé
Yes, I'm
as a
getting
gift at my
lots
bridal
of sense
shower,
of fucking
and
church over
I still can't breathe from the
didn't want
hood.
anybody else to have any
My
of
nose
it.
is
It
filled
was
with dust.
delicious.
Oh, he's aerating it. Remember? Remember when we aerated?
Actually, that one's pretty good too. That rosé and that one is actually pretty good.
I get like a nectarine on that rosé. It is fantastic.
I'm gonna aerate this right now, right? I'm gonna choke doing it.
I'll give you a little secret. I only paid like $10 for that fucking bottle.
Ooh, no, aerate that. Do this. Go. Put it like this and go. Put some in your mouth and go. Like gurgle it.
That's what she said. Hey!
Am I lagging behind everyone?
Ready?
I'm still
You are. Well, but you guys were still pouring your cupcake, and I opted out of that and started pouring this because
you can feel it in your nostrils.
I'm a little baby with red wine.
Yeah, you can.
I'm a little.
It's good. Okay, so we're back on now.
Okay.
All right.
So I have a couple things in the news I read today. Because I wake up in the morning, especially on my days off from the day job, and I read stupid news stories.
Fake news.
What the fuck?
Excuse me, you guys can do that.
Oh my god.
Turn your fucking cell phone off.
Hey, Heidi.
Hey, Heidi.
Oh, hi, Heidi.
Heidi is the name of his new date.
This is the priority over.
All right.
Yeah, he just wants to get
always.
his dick wet up in some guts. You know that shit.
So
The good Christian thing to do. And okay, so how about this, Robin? I don't know if you read this. The CDC had to come out and say stop reusing condoms because people are reusing condoms and it's spreading STDs.
The CDC had to come out and say stop using.
There's multiple articles
condoms.
on it, and the CDC Twitter actually came out and said stop reusing condoms.
You want to know what that says to me?
The economy's fucked.
Too many stupid fucking people in this world. That's all that says.
But where do you think that article stemmed from? What's the actual news article? What happened? Because that's what I have my own version.
What's your version? Because I just say stupid fucking people.
Of course they're stupid. Like, that's just a given.
All I can say is stupid people. All I can say
there
is
had to have been multiple people doing this.
Oh yeah,
you're just like,
enough
it's
people.
still okay to reuse a condom. I'm a
It's
fucking
never,
virgin, and I know not to
ever
reuse
okay.
a fucking condom. You have to be dumb as fuck.
First of all,
to reuse a condom.
Just to start out, that's gotta hurt so bad to put on again. Like, can you imagine rinsing that out and then trying to reapply?
I mean, I can't
Like,
imagine I could imagine rinsing it out, but oh my god.
Why would you rinse it out? Like, why?
I can't imagine with someone rinsing it out, but that does not excuse stupidity.
Hey Dane, say hi to the podcast. No one's gonna listen to it.
Hi, podcast.
Hi, Dane.
Hi, Dane.
I just think condoms are too expensive.
Is that why?
That's gotta be it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The
Fucking
economy's
$4 for 3 Trojans.
Yeah, it's
man.
$5
No,
for 3
thank you.
Trojans. Everyone knows that virgins are going to go all through all those 3 the first night. So, Robin, when the time comes, buy 2 packs of 3 packs.
Yeah.
All right.
Because that first 3 are going to use the first
Just get a
5
12
minutes.
pack. Just get
I
the
need
big
one
box.
of those. I need one of those.
Go to
bulk
Costco.
passages.
Yeah, go to Costco.
Yeah. I'll
Sam's
buy a
Club.
plate of condoms.
A plate?
A plate.
A plate?
What plates of condoms?
I'll buy a plate
Where
of
do I find the
condoms.
plates of
I would like to
condoms?
buy
They're like, excuse me, sir,
party
are you
tray
a
of
virgin?
condoms.
Why, yes, I am.
A pallet of condoms.
A pallet.
Is
That's not
what I
even
meant.
any better.
Well, a pallet sounds more professional than a plate.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, are you in a fucking Four Seasons
I
hotel?
think they come in small cardboard boxes, not pallets.
Or you're ordering room service at a hotel. I would like a plate of condoms.
God damn it.
I'm in
Fuck
room
you,
131.
motherfuckers.
Leave them outside.
All right, here's the other one. So, this is various things. This is fucked up, and this is literally a horror movie. This is going to be
I
a horror
saw that, but I
movie.
didn't read the article.
No, this is going to be a horror movie.
What is this?
Tell
So
me.
the headline right now is Sinister Momo Suicide Challenge sparks fear as it spreads on WhatsApp. So a 6 suicide game dubbed Momo has been spreading on WhatsApp, prompting police to issue warnings about the shocking challenge. Momo is a viral challenge that asks people to add a contact via WhatsApp. They are then urged to commit self-harm or suicide. The game has fueled comparisons to the sinister Blue Whale Challenge that led to reports of suicides in Russia and the US, as well as online fictional character of Slender Man. In 2014, two 12-year-old girls in Wisconsin attempt to kill a classmate, blah, blah, whatever. But basically this game is you'll put in your personal info in WhatsApp or whatever, and then this person named Momo or whatever, this is what I took from it, I'm also drunk now, would contact you and tell you to do these challenges that were increasingly more fucked up towards suicide. And if you didn't do them, they would release your personal information. And a girl from Argentina, I think she was like 12 years old, ended up killing herself because of the challenge, because she was told to do it.
I think we're all still considered millennials, correct?
Yes.
We're on the ass end.
Are we
technically, yes.
Technically millennials?
We're technically. But we're not the
because
dumb
we're not
version of the
Generation
world.
X.
Yeah.
That was
If you're
that
buying
ended in
into this,
1980.
I'm sorry.
So how was that
You
Tide
get a
Pod that you ate last
fucking-
week?
Oh, the Tide Pod I ate last week. If you're eating fucking soap and doing shit like this, I'm sorry. You deserve a Darwin Award, and survival of the fittest, you probably should be fucking
Agreed.
dead. Because
But a 12-year-old girl, but they threatened to give out her personal information, though, unless she
But
did
what
this.
is
I don't
that
think
gonna-
she meant to kill
What's that
herself.
going to do? You have my personal information. Who cares?
But did you see the fucking image, though?
I saw it was like a weird face.
Dude, the image is actually
like-
scary. That's Momo. That's scary when it's telling you to do shit, right?
That's
like a horror fucking.
That is a scary fucking pig, but I would still.
When
if
we have a
somebody
website,
sent-
I will post the fucking
if somebody
image of
sent
this.
me
Yeah.
that with that face, I would just call the police.
Yeah, even
would've-
then,
I
I'd be
would've
like, I
just
don't
called
give a
the
fuck
police.
what you say, Momo. I'm gonna call you Chomo because you fucking
Right. Well, also, suicide's never okay.
Suicide's never okay.
It's never okay.
No comment.
And to ask somebody to do that.
I can't say suicide's
I feel like
never
this is
okay.
like there was that new Truth or Dare whatever movie. I haven't seen it yet, but
Oh,
it
the
almost
Dark Web
reminded
movie?
me. It almost reminded me of that, like, but in real life, like somebody took that movie to heart. Also, again, I've never fucking seen it, but it looked so brutal that I was like, I kind of want to watch that movie because that's like some intense, like, they're like, okay, well, if you don't break your hand or if you don't break somebody else's hand,
which girl was in that
you will
movie?
die. I have no idea.
She was in that.
No
one,
idea.
She was in like in a comedy movie beforehand.
I don't know. I have no idea who's in that movie.
All I know is if you're stupid enough to buy that shit.
Well, I just think that if
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like,
you
that
are
sounds
impressionable enough to...
It sounds fucked up,
Yeah.
but I'm sorry. Survival of the fittest. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's okay.
if someone's like, my nephew just went through this. Some chick fucking hit him up, and he had it as his friend. He's like, oh, I'm reporting you as a child molester. It was a scam. And then she fucking added me as a friend, trying to tell me about my nephew
that's
being
weird.
a child molester.
Was your nephew a child molester?
No.
Social media is fucking wild.
Yeah,
Literally,
it's fucking
literally, the military and FBI are searching for this chick because she keeps doing it to people. And my nephew fell victim to them. And
Did your nephew actually know the
No.
chick? No?
It was like one of those things where it's like, hey, we've met before, like, add me as a friend.
like on
request.
Facebook or something
Yeah.
like that? Yeah.
And I added her, and it's like, where do I know you from? She's like, Robin, I have something to tell you about Jacob. And it's like, Jacob's my fucking nephew. Like, if I know you, you don't know fucking Jacob. So
Yeah.
I know this is...
I don't even know who Jacob is.
Yeah. And fucking... She was trying to bribe my nephew. Was like, oh, now you're a child molester. If you don't pay me X amount of money, I'm gonna send it to the FBI and I'm gonna report you as a child molester.
No, that's dumb.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now the FBI
So don't accept
and the
friend
military.
requests from people you don't know.
Yeah.
Ever.
If
They say they know you,
fucked up.
don't accept the fucking message until you recognize
I don't.
where they know
Even
them
if I
from.
have like 10 mutual friends, I'm like, why are you adding me?
Yeah.
I don't care to have you.
I'm
in
no
my
joke,
friends
like
list.
99% close to just deleting Facebook.
kind of same, but like
Because
my mom
everybody
and dad
that
are
I
on
thought
there,
were
and they're not
friends,
on any
that's
other
the
social
only-
media
that's the only
platforms.
fucking
So
reason
I'm like,
I keep it.
have to. That's my mom, my dad, my grandma are on there.
No,
they're not on anything else. So
I added this girl because I was like, oh, maybe I met her at a show or something. And then she hits me up about my nephew Jacob. And she's like, I have something to tell you about Jacob. And I was like, oh, I definitely don't know you because you know my nephew. And it's like, and she's just going off, just like, he's a child molester and blah, blah, blah. It's like, you're a fucking scam artist because if you know me and my fucking nephew, you don't know me at all. Because my nephew has only met maybe 3 of the people I know.
Yeah.
And so it's impossible
I think we lost Reuben.
for that.
Yeah, Reuben got a phone call from a girl named Heidi, and she said, hey! He said, hey! And then he walked out back, and he's nowhere to be seen now. But, Robin, I have a question to ask you.
I'm an open book. Ask away.
Oh, and you'll like this one, though. So, as you know, I publish a horror magazine, and I've written a horror novella, and I have short stories and stuff like that. You're a horror movie aficionado.
Yes.
What is your number one obscure horror movie that you can tell people to watch? Obscure. And not just because it's gory, not just because whatever, like the best, like cinematically, like soundtrack, everything together, but it has to be obscure. Not your Halloweens, not your Nightmare on Elm Streets, not those shit.
I get it.
Your B horror movies.
Ooh, that is a good question.
Because you have a wall of obscure DVD horror movies. So
that is a good question. Fuck, that is a good question. Asking
number one,
me my favorite.
If there was a dude that came up to you and was like, give me your
what would you
favorite
recommend? Yeah.
obscure horror movie ever.
What?
You got to give him one DVD or one
movie?
VHS. Yes.
What's the one with the dick that killed people?
Oh,
is it that one?
It wasn't a dick that killed people. It was a dick with a mind of its own.
Oh,
That was
self-aware
bad.
dick.
That was bad biology.
And that was also
Okay.
a bad movie.
Bad
Terrible.
movie.
Terrible.
It's a bad movie.
This thing
but
like
goddamn,
caterpillared everywhere. This
It's
dick,
more of a-
like,
it's a comedy at that
caterpillared
point.
everywhere and
Yes.
killed
Yes.
people.
It's a B comedy at
It
that
is
point.
so
Oh my
bad.
God.
It is good.
That's what
It
most
is.
B horror is.
Yes.
It's so bad it's good.
Yes.
Now, if you're asking me,
Actual horror, not funny
an
horror.
actual horror movie
That makes you go, fuck my life right now.
Ooh, that is a
Tingles
good
up
question.
your fucking tingles in your balls.
For
You're
me-
checking over your
and
shoulder all the time.
For me, Strangers.
That's not a B horror movie though. That was actually mainstream.
But it was
Yeah.
so fucking
That
scary.
is, Strangers was
Strangers
a
is fucked up, though.
mainstream movie, and I would
I didn't know we
technically
were doing B
say
movies,
The
sorry.
Exorcist, because The Exorcist to this day still gives me the creeps. But that was a mainstream
That's not
movie.
I'm talking about B
But
underground
a boo
independent.
a boo movie, a B
boo movie.
I would say either.
No, you get to pick one.
I'm going to give you 3
No.
examples
Oh, how about
of
this?
movies
How about
that
this?
give me the creeps,
Okay.
but still have great stories behind them.
Sorry.
One we all watched together, House by the Cemetery.
What's his name?
Bob.
Bob!
You can turn
Bobby!
you can turn
Bob!
House by the Cemetery into a drinking game because it
Bobby!
is cheesy.
It's not really scary though.
But the story behind
Oh, look
it,
at the secret door
Yes.
on the ground. Bob!
it's the story.
Bobby!
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, that movie.
I'm sorry. It's the story behind it. It's cheesy as fuck, but the story
It's the
behind
generic
it
house in the
is-
woods, though.
Yes,
is what
it is. The story behind it is creepy as fuck, and it's if you get past the cheesy ass
Bob!
fucking dubbing over,
That's
it's a
what the
good
movie fucking sounds like.
It's a good scary story,
Bobby!
Oh my
but
God.
And he hides under. Everyone just not notices him. Like all like the fucked up shit just doesn't notice the little kid
Oh,
just
yeah.
in the fucking
Yeah.
corner. Bobby!
House by
Don't
the
give
Cemetery.
anything away.
I'm so-
and
well,
stop yelling Bobby.
The movie's from
my
like
God.
fucking 1978.
19,
If you haven't seen it,
oh,
yet.
it's a 70s
I know,
movie.
I know
it's
it
a
is.
great fucking movie. Terrible acting, but
Yeah, okay.
great
Not
fucking
scary.
story.
Actual full
Scary.
I'm talking about full package. Acting,
Full
everything fucked you up
package.
that wasn't a mainstream.
Ooh.
Because, okay, so I think the last actual like horror movie we watched, it was mainstream and it got a lot of accolades. It was from Australia. Was Babadook. Sam hated it.
Oh,
we both liked it.
Oh yeah,
Babadook was pretty good.
We
It
both
wasn't
liked it.
scary at all.
It wasn't.
It was.
It had a
Again,
psychological edge.
No,
Yes,
it really
it had
wasn't
a
even psychological.
It was a
You're just like,
psychological edge
fucking,
to
this
it.
is bullshit.
You're gonna receive
it
so
was
much hate mail.
bullshit.
Ooh.
Sorry. Who's gonna
Babadook,
email me?
Babadook was good.
Come
I
on.
liked Babadook.
No, it was
Babadook,
I
did
never got that
enjoy.
2 hours back. I'll never get it.
Oh,
Babadook,
Sam,
I did
you're
enjoy.
getting
It's
flat.
not my style
was
of
so
horror,
simple.
but I enjoyed it.
It's my
enjoyed
style.
It was
horror.
so simple. I literally sat there and I was like, "Oh, okay, this is gonna happen.
But-
Oh, yep, that's gonna happen next."
It's
Cool,
more of the
happening.
characters than the actual premise.
The characters were shit.
No, her head, the mom's head was all fucked up. I'm not even gonna get into it.
Every mom's head's fucked up.
I'm not even
Come
gonna get
on.
into it. I'm not gonna get into it. Fuck off. I like Babadook.
Now-
Gerald's game was scarier than that shit.
See, I haven't seen Gerald's game.
The
Don't
movie
ruin that
version
for
was
me.
good. I haven't read the book yet, but the movie version was good. I liked it. I like when characters
Yeah.
are isolated.
You can't
and
scare me
stuck.
with shadow
Oh,
things.
the
Like
dude in
things
the
that
corner, though?
aren't
The man in the
real.
corner?
Like that shit doesn't scare
Alright.
me very easily, except for that one.
This movie is not traditionally scary, but it is something that could, in my mind, potentially happen. It's Funny Games. If you're watching the
Never seen
original,
That's not the one with Kevin Smith, right? And
No.
the clown. Which
No.
one is that?
Funny Games
No,
is
which one is the one with the clown? And Kevin Smith's one of his first movie where the guy that plays Dante gets
Vulgar.
Vulgar. That's fucked up.
And Vulgar is a fucked up
That's
movie,
fucked up.
but I can't say that.
I just said Funny Games because their logo is the clown, and
Yeah.
I get it all confused. But yes,
Funny Games,
Yes, okay.
the original and the remake are scene for scene the same movie, which is why the remake
Right.
is still so fucking good. But Funny Games is something that could actually happen to someone.
and I like those things.
And it is
like a true crime-ish. almost.
What's the Keanu Reeves movie we watched where the chicks break in?
Oh,
Knock,
that
Knock.
was so
Knock,
good.
Knock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Knock Knock is a
That was
ripoff
good.
of Funny Games.
Okay.
Funny Games is these two kids going from house to house, knocking on a door, and at first they're asking you like
It's
easy
kind of like Last
questions.
House on the Left a little
Yeah,
bit.
they're asking you easy questions like, "Hey, can I borrow some eggs?" And as you give them the eggs, they drop and they break. They're just finding reasons to stay in your house. It is a fucked up movie.
I don't want to watch it.
It is. It's a good.
I'm not going to be watching that.
It is a
anytime
good
soon.
movie. Original and remake are good.
What was the original? Like 80s or early 90s?
The original is late 80s, early 90s. It's an Austrian.
It sounds very familiar.
What is it called again?
Funny Games.
Funny Games.
Funny Games. Okay.
But it's
When was the
fucked
remake?
up- the remake was like 2010.
I want to watch it.
Both
during
of
the
them,
day. We'll watch it during the day.
We're going to watch
both of
it in
them
bed
are
at
very.
night.
They're very good movies.
And then when
They're-
Dane rings the doorbell, we're all going to shit our pants.
They're
Jesus
home.
Christ.
It's a home invasion movie, but it's like these. They show up as these simple people, just like, oh, we come from next door, and they asked us to borrow some eggs. And as you give them
Those
the
are
eggs,
psychological fucking killers
and
to me.
as they're walking
Not
out, they
fucking
drop them, and they point out a
That's
reason.
true crime horror, though.
Yeah, they point out a
It's
reason why they
psychological, though.
dropped them, and the hostess is cleaning up
Yeah.
the house, and then next thing you know, husband's coming out. It's like, my wife asked you to leave. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, they pick up a golf club and just start fucking hitting you with it.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
that.
It is
Okay, that's number 2. What's number 3 then? I'm drinking
Number-
more of this Ravage or Ravage wine. Sam, do you want to try
number
something?
three.
No, I just
So
poured some
number
of that
2 would be
pink
Funny
wine.
Game. My number 1 movie to request to anyone would be They Live.
Well, that's
They
not a
Live is
horror.
an amazing
that's,
movie.
That's a side.
that's a political side.
It's
that-
scary
that's a
if you're being
political
political.
sci-fi.
Yes.
Yes.
No, but
It's scary. If
no,
you're,
everyone,
yes.
everyone loves They Live. I fucking love They Live.
Yeah, They Live is a great ass fucking movie.
Okay, so no, I'm talking about horror.
When it,
though.
when it comes to like fucked up, bizarre horror, funny
That's not.
games,
I don't even consider. I don't
House by
consider.
the Cemetery.
I don't consider They Live as horror. I consider it as a political sci-fi or a
Yes.
cultural sci-fi
Yes,
because it has Rodney, fucking Rodney, yeah. So no, I'm talking about like horror. horror.
Rowdy Piper.
Yeah, I'm talking about like horror, straight horror.
No, straight horror.
Straight horror. Because They Live, yes, everyone should see They Live, especially in this fucking era. You should see They Live.
Now,
But
Definitely. And Idiocracy.
if
Should
I'm
definitely
going,
see it. That's a horror movie
for
now.
my third favorite horror movie, It is a seasonal horror movie. It's a Christmas horror movie. Believe it or not, they have holiday horror movies. Not Krampus.
That's a good movie, though.
Black Christmas.
Racist.
Black Christmas
Sounds like a Depeche Mode song.
Sounds like a Tyler Perry movie.
It's kind of the same thing, like a home invasion. It's like something that could really happen to you. This chick gets pregnant by a dude, and the dude is prank calling them, essentially. And actually, the original Black Christmas, they remade it as what's it called? Like Black Xmas is the remake, and it's just like Christmas lights all over.
It's not like Black Rage, is it?
No. Black Rage is.
I remember that flyer I made.
Yeah, Black Rage is just a cheesy ass fucking movie. But
Reuben, you guys keep it up.
Black Christmas is a holiday horror movie, and again, the horror movies I like are things that could potentially happen.
Same.
Yes.
Those are the things that scare me as like a realistic thing. Like, I don't like the shadows in the corner. Everybody has those, and you're just like, oh, it's fucking
all
shadows,
that bullshit,
whatever.
like jump scares and whatnot. It's like, I want to see a horror movie where it's like
things like Last House on the Left,
actually
Wrong
happen
Turn,
to you.
Hills Have Eyes. That shit is real, and that can really happen. So those things legitimately fuck me up mentally, and it gets in my brain, and I can't fucking have any good dreams for like weeks, and which is why I can't, to this day, like, I have a hard time watching horror movies at night, and I know Adrian hates it a lot, but I know that's when you're supposed to watch horror movies, like, because it makes the atmosphere that much more
you watch them at
chilling.
night because
the
atmosphere.
I cannot for the life of me do that, because I cannot watch a movie like that right before I'm about to go to bed, because my brain is a gentle being, and it's like, hey, guess what? I just absorbed everything that you just feared.
It's like, oh, I just watched this home invasion movie,
my fears,
and now I'm freaking the fuck out.
When I'm in, like, the fear zone of my brain, like, my brain just goes on overdrive, and it just starts going and playing on its own emotions and, like, imagination. So, like, that's when I have the biggest nightmares. So I always have to watch a horror movie during the day, because I want to enjoy it. I want to have the cinematic adventure, and I want to be scared, but I want to have time for my brain to, like, discombobulate everything and put it in its own little zone so that I can, fall asleep easy.
So I just went out back to wrangle Reuben, and when I walked up, he said, of course I love Jesus. He's on the phone with his day had today. So of course I love Jesus. And I go, I would whisper to him, I fucking hate you. And he gave me the index to the lips thing, right? I was like, I fucking hate you. Come on, we're fucking wrapping it up. And he goes, no. Of course I love Jesus. He is the captain that steers my boat. And then I walked away.
Why is that a conversation? This is his first date? He went on the first date with this girl earlier?
That's just all I'm saying, guys. He's the only Christian here out of 3 atheists.
Steers his boat. Is it a kayak?
I grew up on Christianity, and I'm still sitting here like, God damn it.
Almost everyone did. I guess I had parents that were atheists, but my grandparents told me I was going to hell because I'm half Mexican.
I grew up Catholic.
But they're also from West Virginia, and fucking Hicks. I don't talk to them anymore.
Grew up super Mexican Catholic, too.
And my mom barely talks to me either, so, yeah.
Well, we're going to wrap it up.
We're going to wrap it up
Wrap it up.
But
Not reusable wrap it up either. We're going to wrap it up cleanly.
But Black Christmas was originally supposed to be a sequel to the original Halloween. But, scratch that, reverse it. Halloween was supposed to be a sequel to Black Christmas.
Okay.
But the director and writer of Black Christmas was, I just did this for fun. I don't want my whole career being horror movies, so I don't want a sequel to it.
Right.
So Halloween, John Carpenter rewrote it, so it was its own movie. Originally, John Carpenter wrote it to be a sequel to Black Christmas.
Well, how about this?
Have you seen Krampus, though?
I have seen Krampus. Krampus is pretty fucking awesome.
Fucking good Christmas, like horror,
maybe
funny
we'll have
movie.
Maybe we'll have a side podcast where you come over during the middle of the day, You bring the horror movie. Us three will watch it, and then we'll have the podcast and we'll discuss it.
Oh yeah, we could
pretty
discuss
legit.
Since
like,
you're a horror movie
cheesy
aficionado.
ass
Let us
fucking
know
horror
if
movies
that's
and
what you're
shit.
interested in.
Well,
We could do that. We could have a million fucking podcasts by fucking the horror movies I fucking bring over.
well, I guess let's give Reuben a couple more minutes. I'm going to tell a joke. I got to tell a really short joke.
Joke away.
Okay,
Sam still hasn't told a good joke.
here's my
I don't know any.
here's my longer,
Good
and I'm
joke.
sorry if you're a blonde, but the longer jokes I know are blonde jokes. So here's my podcast ending joke. Fuck all of you. Here's my podcast ending joke. This Rivage. It's very good. I don't know if this is the one that got me drunk or if I just started drinking it and I just ended up being
I think you
drunk.
had a cigarette and that
Probably
kicked it in.
I'm not
So-
sure which wine got me drunk, but I've been drinking
break we
all
had, though,
sorts of fucking wine and beer all goddamn.
Hey, that's the point of the
night.
You
podcast.
had like 3 beers before you came over, so I commend you
Just so
for
everyone
sticking
knows,
through.
just so everyone knows, before we start the podcast, we all drink a pregame beer, and I drink an IPA. They drink warm Budweisers, and
Oh,
Robin
yeah, it
was
was
at the bar
disgusting.
before he came over, so he had a couple beers. And then before we actually start the podcast, we all have a full glass of wine and just jibber jabber and get our jaws all loose. And then I took some CBD oil again.
What the
I know, I'm sorry. We have to buy some more.
Wait,
And
you guys are taking some CBDs?
We always take CBD.
yeah.
Where's this?
That's
fucking
how I'm so calm.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's
but-
the CBD at?
Anyways,
It's almost gone.
and so
That's
yeah,
where it's
and then when we take a break, I know to the people listening, which is all 2 of you, it sounds like 5 seconds. It's actually like 20 minutes, and we all chain smoke like 3 cigarettes and drink like 2 more glasses of wine. So by the time I come back, I like these breaks because you can see the disconnect.
Yeah.
We're all kind of like
Yeah.
extra drunk, and we let it kick in. Here's my joke though,
All right, joke
for
it out.
blondes.
Yeah, you
Okay.
asked it to tell a joke
So,
like 40
I know.
minutes ago.
Shut the fuck up. So there's this blonde, right? And she's driving down the street in her pickup truck. And she's driving. She sees something in the distance in this wheat field. And she's like, what the fuck is that? So she drives, and then she pulls over on the side of the road. And then she sees it. And it's another blonde. And she's like fucking in a rowboat. And she's just rowing. And she's just kicking up dirt. And just rowing. And the blonde in the pickup truck's like, what the fuck? And she like fucking rolls down her window and she goes, hey, it's blondes like you that give us a bad name. If I could swim, I'd go over there and kick your ass.
That's so bad.
Come on.
Come on.
First off, I told Sam at the start of the podcast her joke was bad, but it was great how she delivered it. You were just bad all around.
That's why I write. I don't talk.
Well, bye.
Bye.
Oh.
So no, we have one more.
No
fucking-
buys.
my God.
No more
Fucking
buys.
do.
No buys.
He doesn't wanna say
We'll
bye
figure
yet.
out. We'll figure out the name of this podcast, and you'll hear a very abrasive re-recording over the intro where I go, "Enter the fucking name of the podcast here." I'll just say it real loud, and then we'll. Following that, have the website and everything else. Following that, we'll have Reuben's stupid fucking wine reviews and recommendations and all that bullshit that he does. Maybe if Robin stops being a cunt,
Whoa.
we can do
Don't
a
use
separate
the C
thing.
word.
We could do a separate thing because we need more things to do in our life. Oh, and also Samantha.
Also, I graduated today.
Samantha graduated today.
I graduated
officially.
today.
Happy graduation, Samantha.
Thank you.
She got her bachelor's of science in cinematography, so we might even do like videos and shit.
Hey, we'll do some vidges.
We all
Some vidges.
even though we all
You don't want to see
no.
this.
Well, even though we all have faces for radio, we don't have voices for radio. That means we also don't have faces for video. So everything's going to be ugly and horrible.
And
Also, my author website is uglyandhorrible.wordpress.com because that's what I am. And
You can buy our board games at GameCrafter. Look at
Moon Market.
Yes.
I create board games with Robin. He,
They're fun to play.
yeah.
They're really fun to play.
They're fun to play.
Yeah,
They really are. They
that's
take
what
like
Robin
20
and I
minutes
do
to
together.
play. They're
we
fucking
make
fun
board
as
games
shit.
together.
That's what we
so-
do when we're like, when someone
Yeah.
comes over, we're like, do you want to play a fucking game? They're like, yeah, sure. And we're like, kill 2 hours just playing like 9 games.
If you like playing
Fun shit.
if you like strategy or as I
It's
call
better
it,
than just like
strategery.
fucking sitting around.
Yeah, if you're bored and want to play a strategery game, pick up one of our games that we have for sale.
I have to fix a couple of them, but they'll be up eventually.
Yeah,
by the time this
they'll
comes
be up
out.
eventually.
Also, do you want to plug Poonjabber
Oh, I am
and actually put your fucking shit on your business card this time
hey,
instead of just a logo and know where to contact
I need
you?
to get new business cards. I'm Reuben John Paul Jones Luna. You can find me
Not
at
the longest name
Poon
ever.
Jabber Glass Poon Jabber Glass Productions on Instagram, and that's about all you'll see me. We got food, glass, and random pictures of me up on there.
Okay, bye.
Yeah?
Bye.
All right. Well, this has been the blank, 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 blank. I'll fill this shit in later podcast. Go fuck yourselves. I love you. Bye.
Ah!
Can we call it the blank 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 go fuck yourself podcast?
We probably should. All right. Later. Reuben says bye too, but he's too busy driving a boat with Jesus.